Okay, so let's talk a little bit about tapping. Tapping is something I use with my personal clients and that I have also used when I was a client of others, right? So I've studied with the tapping solution, YouTube videos, in person with my own personal therapist. So I consider myself almost an expert in tapping for me, what works for me, right? So tapping is known as the emotional freedom technique or just tapping, right? So what it does is it does exactly as it says, the emotional freedom technique. So our emotions that are unresolved are stored in our bodies, right? And they are stored and held in meridian points and our energy centers, right? So by tapping on those energy centers while making statements, affirmative statements, you release that stored up, pent up energy, right? So there's the traditional tapping points, which I will demonstrate first, and then I will go through 3 rounds of tapping. The first round will be on the traditional points of tapping, which you can find anywhere, YouTube, books, anywhere. And then the second 2 rounds will be the second and the third round will be my intuitive tapping, where I tap when I'm practicing for myself. Okay? You'll be able to follow along and repeat the statements and tap with me if you would like, or you just write your own tapping script and follow your own intuition. Okay? So some of the firm points, like that first round of tapping, is done on the traditional points most of the time, right? So the traditional points are the karate chop, where you will state your what they call a setup statement. And really what that breaks down into being is the thought or behavior you are trying to change, right? So you repeat that setup statement 3 times, and then you go through the other tapping points, stating the effects that that thought, behavior, or belief has on you, such as it's so frustrating, it's so challenging, it separates me from others, etc. So the other tapping points, as I've kind of just showed you, are the top of the head, the crown chakra, above the eyebrow, which I consider the brow chakra, the side of the eye, the temporal lobes, under the eye. Now, you can either tap below the nose, below the bottom lip individually, or you can tap them both together, as I often do. And I would state 2 different beliefs or shortcomings on those points. First, I state it once, and then I switch hands and I state it in a different way, but similar. And then I go to the karate chop point, and then under the arms. Okay, so those are the traditional tapping points. On the second and the third round, I follow my intuition, so I'm not really going to be able to show you what those points are until we're actually in the process of doing it. So I'm going to pull up a tapping script that I wrote recently, and we are going to go ahead and begin, right? So try to follow along with me. I get really caught up when I'm doing it, so I hope that I give you enough time to repeat the setup statement after me for this round, and then you can write your own tapping script and use your own statements when you're not watching the video, right? So this one this tapping script is related to my impatience and how impatience gets in the way of any progress that I make. If I don't sink into the moment and be present, and I am instead practicing impatience, it sort of slows my process down, slows my progress down, and defeats all of the work that I'm trying to do. So, all right, we're going to go ahead and get started. I am going to try to raise myself up so that you can see my intuitive points. If we can't see them on the camera, Then whoa. Okay, so let's do this first. Okay, so I'm not sure you're going to be able to see my intuitive points on this video, but you get the gist. Okay, so let me pull up my script so I can see it, and we'll go ahead and get started. Okay, karate chop point first. I get so frustrated with myself because I think I'm not awakening fast enough. I now choose to deeply and completely love and accept myself. Oh, my impatience is getting in the way of my progress. I now choose to deeply and completely love and accept myself. Oh, I have such high expectations of myself, and they cause me intense frustration. Yet I now choose to deeply and completely love and accept myself. I judge myself so harshly. Oh, my thinking can be so negative. Why can't I just let this shit go? My body tenses with even thinking about this negative thinking. Oh, I get so frustrated. This impatience drives me mad. It's so fucking hard to give myself a break and stay in the moment. Oh, can I even let all of this frustration go? Is it even possible? Am I ever going to get there? Okay, now my intuitive tapping points. I love and accept myself exactly as I am. I now release all resistance patterns in my consciousness that stand in the way of my changing. It is with ease my emotions flow freely through me. Effortlessly, I'm able to relax and let it all go. I am compassionate towards myself and others. I effortlessly love myself, therefore I'm loving others. I am letting go. Okay, that's the wrong side because I'm looking at the camera. I release and let go of all of the resistance patterns in my body. Top of the knee. I move freely right here and right now. And I often do the bottom of my feet as well. Repeat. I am trusting the universal plan for my life. It is with ease I think kind and helpful thoughts toward myself. All of my blocks and barriers dissolve effortlessly. I am safe, therefore my body relaxes. I speak kind and helpful words to myself. I speak kind and helpful words to others. I effortlessly love myself and others. I let go of all resistance patterns in my body. Where I am, right here and right now, is all that matters. Deep breath in. And then we're going to blow that residual stuff that was released right out. Ready? I then sit quietly and take note of how my body and mind feel. Namaste. Okay, so I didn't you leave enough time for anyone to follow me with my recording, and so we'll obviously redo this, but this is my first run through. Tell me what you think. Namaste.